All right, everyone, you said, hey, I'm starting a corporation or I'm starting an LLC and I'm going to own or hold cryptocurrency in it, or I'm going to invest in cryptocurrency. There's a problem. You need a corporate bank account. You need an entity bank account. You're going to go in there and you're going to say, I have a company that invests in crypto. They're going to go, no. No bank account for you. And it's no joke because it's happened to me. What are we having a problem with the banking industry in crypto? And do we want to tell them that we're investing in crypto when we start the bank account?
Well, the bank account is being set up for investments.
That's right.
So I would just say that it's being set up for investments. That could include a brokerage account with stocks and bonds.
Yep.
It could include a bank account with cash in it.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
It could include crypto.
Yeah.
Right? So I would just say crypto is kind of a word that gets people a little concerned.
Yeah, especially JP Morgan.
Yeah.
I found that out myself.
And so just say you're setting it up for investments, which is a perfectly legitimate reason for setting up an LLC. Perfect. People will say, well, you set up the LLC and it's not conducting a business. It has to conduct a business. No, it doesn't.
No.
The LLC can be set up for investment purposes. We all want to protect our assets. The LLC for holding these types of assets is the best way to go.
No, I absolutely love it. So when you start your entity, you need a bank account attached to it because we don't want any commingling of funds between your personal life and your investment life. So when you go into the bank, you say, and Garrett said it great, you say this is for investments. This entity is for investments. So don't call it Bitcoin LLC. I'm just saying, it's like the worst. I'm not doing Bitcoin. It's like, okay. But use it for investments. And then like Garrett says, you can use it for other things. That's excellent.
Right. You don't need to set up 7 LLCs. You could have one LLC for investments, which invests in crypto, stocks and bonds, cash, whatever.
Yeah. Even if you only want crypto, just say it's investments. Right. So now you've set up a lot of entities for me, right? Let's talk about, actually it's both. LLCs or corporations, you give me a bunch of documents. One of those is you've already filed for a taxpayer identification number for me. You've given me articles of incorporation, all these great documents that the bank is going to want, correct?
Correct.
So what kind of things are the banks looking for other than those documents that I said?
Well, you definitely want to have the articles of organization for your LLC.
Yep.
Show that you're set up with the Secretary of State. You're going to want to have the EIN number too, because that number will be used to set up your bank account.
Yep.
And then also having your operating agreement on hand too. Because when I went into Wells Fargo, they asked for an operating agreement.
Yeah.
And it just shows that your business is legitimate.
Perfect.
And they may ask some questions about what the business purpose is.
Yep.
And like we just talked about, you tell them it's for investments.
I love it.
Yep. And so, if you want to set up a brokerage account in that LLC and then invest in crypto on the side, you can do that as well.
I love it. And just in case you do work and have Corporate Direct set up your entity, do not bring in the cryptocurrency bill of sale. That's going to be another video. We're going to talk about another lesson. So exactly, that's all they need. They need your IDs, things like that, need your wet signature to make sure that you're you.
And then to get the cryptocurrency in the name of the LLC, you're going to have to buy that Bitcoin or whatever.
That's right.
With a check from the LLC.
That's right. But we're going to get into that in a whole nother lesson.
Okay.
You're already jumping ahead. I love it. A good attorney's like, don't forget this. Don't forget that. Yeah, no, I love that. Because it is important to make sure that everything's done right. And the bank account is a key part. You've got your entity formation, you have your bank account formation, and then you have what we've talked about in another lesson, the formation of how you're going to get the crypto. Either you owned it personally or you started an account, like a trading account, but it has to be an institutional account because everything has to have the same EIN, the same corporate name, and possibly the same manager's names, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that would be, if we did not do it that way, we could pierce the veil, essentially.
If it's in your individual name, there's no veil to pierce, right? I mean, it's there for the taking.
Yeah, and the whole reason to have an entity holding cryptocurrency is because a lot of people have seen incredible gains. I mean, I myself saw 10,000 turn into $1 million in a year when I first started, and it's just been getting greater and greater. And it's a lot of people aren't ready for this, and a lot of people can open themselves up to legal problems when people start figuring out that they're wealthy.
Well, if you have a judgment against you, the person who has that judgment can call you into court, and it's called a debtor's exam. and they get to ask you what you own.
Yeah.
And you're under oath. You got to tell the truth.
Yep.
And so you say, I have a crypto account in my individual name, and now it's worth $1 million.
Yeah.
That judgment creditor can get at that account.
You know, a quick question, because a lot of people are probably thinking, but I took my Bitcoin off of my Coinbase account, my personal Coinbase, and I put it into a cold wallet somewhere with an address, and they've only seen those two. Can a judgment go past the Coinbase account and go, well, then where'd you move your Bitcoin to?
If it's in your individual name.
Exactly.
Right.
And a lot of people would think, well, it's just a mysterious address out there, but that address is now attached to the crypto exchange that's in your personal name.
Right. So you don't want to commit perjury.
Exactly.
Right? You want to walk in and say, my crypto is in an LLC.
Yeah.
Good luck getting it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a manager of an LLC
Right.
that owns cryptocurrency.
Right.
Yep.
Perfect. I love that.
And if you have a bill of sale on hand that's notarized on the date when you transferred it,
Yep.
that'll be a timestamp to prove that the LLC holds title to your crypto assets. So you definitely want to have that on hand, and you want to have it notarized at the time you transfer those assets in.
All right, well, I know this is the end of the lesson because we're talking too much about this bill of sale, and you're probably going, tell us. It'll be the next lesson. Let's move on.